Hello everyone and welcome to France. Today we will talk about the Impatriate tax. We'll find out if you're eligible for it and how to fill out your tax forms in case you want to apply for it. So, let's see what this is about. So, what is the Impatriate tax? The Impatriate tax is a cool program that helps you get tax deductions if you are eligible. So, it's a way in which the French state encourages talented people like you and me to come and work here. So, if your company in the home country sends you to work to France, or if you find a job in France on your own and then if you come and work in France, you should know that you might be eligible for the Impatriate tax. What is this about? It's a regime that helps you pay a bit less taxes than usual for a period of up to 5 years or until you change jobs. And this is how you can save some money and enjoy croissants and coffee and romantic France more. What are the conditions? Because I think I made you curious, right? First of all, you need to be a foreigner. It means you shouldn't have the French citizenship. Or, if you have it, you should have not worked in France for the past years. It's up to 5 years. Also, second criteria, you came to France less than 5 years ago. So you should have come to France starting with 2018. Another criteria is the fact that you should not have a French tax number. So prior to coming to France, you didn't have a French tax number, and if you did have one, you should have had it like prior to 2018, and you need to have a permanent work contract. So if you're a freelancer, this doesn't apply. If you're doing what they call a stage, meaning if you're an intern, it doesn't apply either. You should know that you're only eligible for this tax from the moment you arrive in France and until you change employer. Exception if you move within the same company in another city or so. So once you move employer, you're not eligible for the tax anymore. Let's see the criteria or conditions for non-eligibility. First of all, if you lived in France for more than 183 days, meaning more than half a year, in the past 3 years prior to your current work contract, you're not eligible. If you're not coming to France for professional reasons after being the resident of another country, you're not eligible. If you're not employed by a foreign company, the same, you're not eligible. And if your work in France doesn't imply like significant duties, the same. Like if you do unqualified work, I'm very sorry, but you're not eligible either. If you're considered to be a French tax resident, not eligible. And if you're receiving a French tax-free housing allowance, some work contracts do this, the same, you're not eligible. So let's see, how do we declare this Impatriate tax and how do we get the tax deduction in case you're eligible? So first of all, if you just arrived in France, you should know that the first tax declaration will have to be done in paper form. So step one, you need to get your forms, either by going to your financial administration, either by printing them. You can also find them online. Step 2, we need to complete the forms, and we'll see together how to do that. And step 3, of course, you need to submit the forms. As I said, in the first year you need to fill out a paper declaration. Once you filled out a paper declaration and you filed your tax for the first time, you will be lucky because you'll get an online account and then things will get much easier. So, if you don't have the account, let's see what paper declarations you need to find and fill out. And if you have the account, you can just move to the next step because the cases that you need to fill are the same. Main tax declaration in France is called formulaire, which is form 2024. And then the Impatriate tax deduction can be found on the form which is 2042C. The first form is the main paper declaration. That's where you will find the salary that you earned last year, and that's where you will find the amount that you've already paid, because sometimes you pay something from the first year. It all depends on the employer. And for example, if you declare the 2023 form, you will use it in order to declare your revenues from the previous year, meaning from 2022, and so on. So in France, we always declare the past year's revenues during the current year. What's the deadline? The deadline is during the month of May. This changes a bit every year, and it also changes depending on the department where you live.